अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी। मेरा नाम मुश्ताक मेमन है। मैं वेटनरियन हूँ और प्रोफेसर एमेरिटस फ्रॉम वाशिंगटन स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी। इट्स माय प्लेजर टू हैव अहमद फराज। अहमद फराज पाकिस्तान से हैं और यहाँ पर यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ फ्लोरिडा में PhD कर रहे हैं। तो मैं गुजारिश करूँगा अहमद को कि वो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन कराएं और यहाँ पर क्या उनकी स्टडीज़ हो रही हैं। अहमद भाई प्लीज़।
All right. Well, so मेरा नाम अहमद है एंड मैंने DVM पाकिस्तान किया यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ वेटनरी एंड एनिमल साइंस लाहौर से 2018 में, और 2018 में मैंने अप्लाई किया फुलब्राइट स्कॉलरशिप टू स्टडी मास्टर्स इन USA, and luckily I got the scholarship, and in 2019 I came to Oregon State University for studying animal science with a focus on poultry nutrition. और यहाँ पे मैंने 2 साल मास्टर किया, एंड आफ्टर माई मास्टर इन 2021 आई गॉट अ पोजीशन फॉर PhD at University of Florida to study the dairy science and dairy nutrition. So since 2021 I am working as a graduate research assistant at University of Florida, or this is my 4th year right now. So this is short background and introduction of me.
तो अहमद भाई, आपने जब फुलब्राइट का स्कॉलरशिप लिया तो वो कैसे, कोई आसान चीज़ थी या क्या? कुछ आप बताएंगे हमारे ऑडियंस को पाकिस्तान में कि उनको कैसे प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए उसके लिए?
Yes, so that's a very good question. Of course, easy nahi tha, especially when you have a little guidance. क्योंकि when I was applying, I have no one as my first reference जो मास्टर पे फुलब्राइट पे US से आया हो. So that was a little struggle because I have to rely on other sources, online resources, to take all the information. But again, I contacted different people who were already in the USA and who were on Fulbright scholarship. उसमें seniors भी थे, कुछ teachers भी थे, and everybody thankfully guided me. So overall, if I summarize it, I started actually. So the most important thing for Fulbright is you need to have a GRE. जब मैंने apply किया था, I'm not sure if they still have the same requirement, but you need to take a GRE exam, जो कि graduate record examination है, and that exam is challenging, to be honest, because उसमें उसके 2 main component है, mathematics and English. And English is really tough. उसमें जो vocab है और the overall exam pattern, it's really challenging. So you really need to have a good practice or in order to take that exam. But once you take that exam, you can apply for a Fulbright scholarship. However, one thing I want to mention कि you should be in your last semester जब आप Fulbright के लिए apply कर रहे हो. Okay. So for example, in my case, the application deadline was mid-May in 2018, and I was in my final semester. So because of that, I applied for their scholarship, and 2 months after the application, I graduated, and after that, I had the opportunity for the interview and for the rest of the process.
So आपने पहली दफ़ा अप्लाई किया उसी वक्त मिल गया?
Exactly.
ऐसे भी होता है कि लोग नहीं अप्लाई करते हैं, नहीं मिलते उनको, वापस
right. I have actually friends जिन्होंने शायद 3 से 4 दफ़ा अप्लाई किया, and then they got selected like after 3 or 4 attempts. But I was lucky enough कि मैंने अप्लाई किया और फर्स्ट स्टेप मेरा सिलेक्शन हो गई.
तो कोई लिमिट नहीं है कि 3?
I think there is no limit. As per I understand, there is no limit कि आप अप्लाई, like it doesn't matter कि how many times you want to apply for Fulbright.
हमारे काफ़ी पाकिस्तानी जो हैं घबराते हैं। एक तो टॉफल जो आपने बताया काफ़ी मुश्किल है, GRE से तो बहुत भागते हैं लोग। इसके लिए कोई एक्स्ट्रा हेल्प है, कोई गाइडेंस है, कोई गाइड मिलते हैं, कोई कुछ है कि ऑनलाइन कोई चीज़ें अवेलेबल?
Okay, that's again a great question. So let's go through GRE first, क्योंकि वो पहला एग्जाम है जो आपको, that is mandatory to apply for a Fulbright scholarship. So technically there are some resources, online resources भी हैं, books भी हैं जो कि आप study कर सकते हो to study GRE. लेकिन उसमें I think everyone has a different approach when it comes to study. In my case, I was when I was in my third year of DVM, so I knew that I had to apply for a Fulbright scholarship. So I was already studying English newspaper, some books, and trying to improve my vocab. क्योंकि GRE का, as I said before, कि उसमें English उसका major exam है और उसके लिए you really need to have a good vocabulary. So the easiest route, let's say, if you are new to GRE, maybe just study English newspaper. उससे आप अपनी vocab improve कर सकते हैं. And then there are certain books. For example, उसमें Calpin एक book है, and there are some other books जो कि I can't recall the name now, but Calpin is one of them.
Kaplan.
Sorry, Kaplan, not Kaplan. Kaplan, and there is another one that I can't recall now, but yes, Baron, another one. Baron is the another book, जो कि I think if you just Google it, you can find the PDF, free PDF for those books. So in my case, I just studied those books. I did some practice sessions from those books, and that was it. My case, right? But those you need to study those books, and also you have to study out of those books to improve your vocab.
आपने कहा कि आप ऑरेगन स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी में आए, वहाँ से मैं आपने मास्टर्स की, तो ऑरेगन स्टेट जो है आपका प्रेफरेंस था या फुलब्राइट पाकिस्तान वालों ने खुद चुन करके आपको भेजा?
Okay, yeah. So again, when you apply for application, you have to give them 3 or 4 preferences. I think 3, 4, or 5. I don't remember the exact number. That you can give preference in application कि कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी में आप जाना चाहेंगे if you got selected for Fulbright. So in my case, Oregon State University was my preference, and they have placed me over there. So it was my and Fulbright mutual decision, right?
Wonderful. So Fulbright ने understand जो भी expenses वो बर्दाश्त करते हैं, पैसे देते हैं, and that's good enough. I mean, were you comfortable with that?
Yes, I think in that time I was comfortable with that stipend, because at least if you don't have a family, then it should be plenty. But if you have a family, then in that scenario, it's still manageable, but you really have to be careful where you spend money. But the good thing I just heard, you can, I think, confirm that Fulbright is planning to double the stipend from next year.
I see.
Yeah, I heard from one of my friends that they are increasing. So let's say if someone getting $1,500 last year, they will be getting $3,000 per month from next year.
Wonderful.
So that's a huge increase.
मैं जी इम्प्रेसिव चीज़ ये है जो मैंने पहले भी वीडियो में कवर की है कि पाकिस्तान is the largest Fulbright program in the world.
Right.
और बहुत सारे हमारे स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पर आते हैं. अच्छा, तो मैं ये भी क्यूरियस था भाई कि आप ने मास्टर्स ऑरेगन स्टेट से की, अभी आप PhD कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ फ्लोरिडा में. जैसे आपने मुझे बताया कि अभी आप यहाँ पर ये यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ फ्लोरिडा आपको असिस्टेंटशिप दे रही है.
Exactly.
So that was a big step. How did you do that?
Well, चूँकि I was clear कि मुझे मास्टर के बाद PhD करनी है, और after Fulbright, if you don't pursue PhD, then you are supposed to go back to your home country. In my case, I wanted to study PhD, so जब मैं मास्टर के almost 6 month graduate होने से पहले, I started to approach different universities and different professors. I was just writing them emails, or I just asked them, okay, this is my background, and this is the skill set I have as a master, as a veterinarian, and this is what I want to do. So what I did, I applied to multiple universities. I emailed the professors, and उसमें ये था कि let's say if I email 20 different professors, some will give you a response, some will don't reply you. But eventually, long story short, you have to do that practice. You have to write emails to professors. You have to approach them and ask them for the position. Or that's what I did, and eventually I have some positions by the time I graduated, and University of Florida offered me assistantship.
तो आपने मास्टर्स के बाद फौरन आप यहाँ आ गए, आपको पाकिस्तान नहीं जाना पड़ा?
I could have stayed here and start my PhD right away, लेकिन because मेरा master was on J1 visa,
Sure.
and I wanted to change it, so I just go back to Pakistan and applied for a F1 visa, and then started my PhD.
तो आपको 2 साल रहना नहीं पड़ा वहाँ पर?
No, I don't have to.
I see. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Because I started my PhD. If I don't, then you have to go back.
तो अभी आपके पास टीचिंग असिस्टेंटशिप है या रिसर्च असिस्टेंटशिप?
I technically जो मेरे पास assistantship है, it's kind of a fellowship.
अच्छा.
So it's neither a teaching, it's a neither research. So जो fellowship होती हैं आमतौर पे उसमें ये होता है कि you are supposed to be I am technically as a graduate research assistant but under the fellowship. So I have to basically do the research stuff as a part of my job duties.
Wonderful. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका.
No problem.
आपने बड़ी अच्छी इन्फॉर्मेशन पता. ऐसी कोई और कोई चीज़ आप बताना चाहते हैं हमारे नौजवानों को पाकिस्तान में, कोई चीज़ जो हम मिस किए हुए यहाँ पर?
Well, the only thing I will like to share, जैसा कि सर मुश्ताक भी बता रहे थे, उनका पर्पस ये वीडियो बनाने का ये है कि जो लोग पाकिस्तान में हैं, स्पेशली जो अंडर ग्रेड्स में हैं, they don't know they lack guidance how to come USA, or even if they know, if they want to come USA, they don't know what's the route. So, because when I was undergrad, I didn't have much information. So I will just say that there are multiple opportunities especially in a graduate school for the students जिनका veterinary science background है. And what you have to do, you just have to research those resources, and Fulbright scholarship is one of the opportunity you can avail. और उसके लिए I think अगर आप सर मुश्ताक की दूसरी वीडियोस में जाएंगे, उनका Fulbright के हवाले से उन्होंने वीडियोस काफ़ी डिटेल बनाई हुई हैं, सो यू कैन फाइंड इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन दैट. उसके अलावा उनकी वेबसाइट है, वहाँ पे जाएं, उनके स्टडी करें व्हाट आर द रिक्वायरमेंट्स, व्हाट्स द एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया, और उसके मुताबिक if someone is interested to take that route, उसके मुताबिक आप अपनी CV build up करें. And also, I think being an undergraduate student, try to get some research experience. And I think that's very easy when you are in a university. Let's say you can work with any master or PhD student अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी में, और उनके साथ collaborate करें, उनकी help करें, and that way you can have some research experience, and eventually that will help you in your CV. And that plays actually I think the major role in your selection when you are applying for a master or PhD. So that's something I would like to add. That actually helps you a lot if you have a research experience. So
थैंक यू वेरी मच. ये तो इस तरह की गाइडेंस जो है किताबों से नहीं मिलती और कहीं लिखी भी नहीं होती, तो आपकी बड़ी कंट्रीब्यूशन है, और आई होप कि हमारे नौजवान लोग जो हैं उसका जो है फ़ायदा उठाएंगे.
all right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I hope this video will be helpful for your audience.
Thank
you
you
very much.
Thank you.